Hey everyone! If you want to watch all the even episodes of this reaction series, check it out over on Fatman's channel. We alternate every single week, so be sure to go over there.
Episode 7. We're in the last 4 episodes, guys. I don't even know what the meme is. Like, stuff has been happening all volume. Last 4 episodes aren't special.
No, nothing will happen. We're going to invert it.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been kind of waiting for them to shit the bed.
Alrighty. Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to RWBY Volume 9. In the last episode, lesbians!
The bees!
Oh, yeah.
Poorly told lesbians, but lesbians nonetheless.
I didn't see a single Nicolas Cage joke the entire week.
You didn't watch Fatman's reaction then.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I haven't seen the whole thing. Oh, did you put in a Wicker Man reference?
I didn't put in a Wicker Man reference, but I did put in a Nicolas Cage as Superman reference, which is a deeper Nick Cage cut. I was just going for the cheap Wicker Man joke.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes!
Yeah. Oh, the bees! Ah, they're in my eyes! Yeah, no, I mean, the bees are, like, always in my eyes. I've seen, like, less Bumblebee shippers in, like, this week. Mostly because I've spent, like, the majority of the time in front of the goddamn Sony Vegas window waiting for it to crash.
Why did that sound like a sound lyric? The bees are always in my eyes. Is that like some kind of grunge lyric from the 90s?
It might be.
I was gonna say Tool's gonna start suing you. Anyway, I'm probably mixing my genres. Yes, we had that, and we learned about Jaune going to the beach that makes you old.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hop right into the video.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Themes which might be distressing to some viewers.
Oh no.
Oh great. Who's gonna die?
Someone.
No, discussing it. They're only talking about it.
Yeah.
Just be like, John, I'm pregnant. What?
Wait, what? How?
How? Already?
Damn, RWBY, you work fast. Weiss is over there like, RWBY, how could you? He was mine.
Everybody figured out that White Knight is distressing to some viewers. So they're warning us now.
So yeah, if you guys want more commentary when it comes down to our thoughts on the last episode, we actually did a stream over on Dashie's channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
Where we discussed basically a lot of our post-episode thoughts that we were further articulating effectively from our reactions.
Yeah.
And considering that, literally no one else was there but me and Fatman at the end.
Yeah. You kind of had to.
No. I mean, at the.
Oh no, you mean during the episode? Yeah.
During the episode, it might be prudent to go there and get the actual post-episode discussion that wasn't really present.
we had a hell of a discussion on that scene.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I really thank you, Printer. Excellent. I really do actually like the vocal sting when Jaune appears. It's very strong. As much as I'm not really jiving with this opening all that much, I like that sting. It hits right. It has this very bitter tone to it. I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so important. We got to learn whether or not there are actual other people here.
Is that an origami bird?
Ooh, that doesn't look. Oh, that was cute. That was funny. I thought that was like a menacing fire in the origami land, but it was going up to ignite the lamp, or not ignite
the sun.
But you know what I mean.
It started the sun.
That's funny as hell.
I'm late.
For a very important date.
No time to say hello, goodbye.
I never oversleep. Yeah.
yesterday. Ugh, all the excitement. Get your head together. You can fix it. You always fix it.
John!
Look, I can't wait. I'm late. Any second, there's going to be another. Damn it.
Ooh.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Get to town. I'll meet you there.
What's happening?
I'm so confused.
That when I oversleep.
What did he mean right on time? I'm sure we'll find out when we get down there.
What is happening?
Where's your weapon?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Still waking up. Hurry! People are counting on us.
What are they counting on you for?
I don't
though?
know.
What people?
Yeah.
Is it going to be humans or is it going to be
Pa-
like ever
Yeah.
afterwards?
Who makes a town out of paper?
Hello.
Oh.
Oh, it's a
Welcome to our village. We hope that it pleases you.
it's a Luma.
Be so kind as
Oh,
to
it's-
tell us what you
When did
are.
this turn into Paper Mario?
The last
Your
episode.
town is on fire. Oh, no. We are quite safe. We have our hero.
Okay. It's-
Hooray! 3 cheers for the rusted knight, white rabbit. Hip,
Stop! Back up.
Is-
Water everywhere. You'll dissolve.
Hello, Water. How may I serve you?
Believe that almost happened.
I like these guys.
I missed the first fire.
yeah. They sound like Bill
Do
Cyphers
fires
from
happen often?
Oh, every day.
What?
Gravity Falls.
Oh, right. I guess. Introductions. These are the paper pleasers. They're probably the most polite, most hospitable afterns around. Because
Afterins.
purpose.
Oh.
When Alex left me to die, Juniper found help. Brought me to the paper pleasers, who got me back on my feet. They work all day. Not just
Alright,
travelers.
alright.
These are good boys.
Yeah.
They beautify it. Make it a place of
I'm
peace.
both completely befuddled and also like, this is adorable.
Unpredictable.
I've never felt this combination before. I don't know how to process it.
Named them after
beautiful.
your teammates?
No, I named them after everybody.
I am the one called RWBY. What are you?
Hate that.
Okay. What? The disaster.
Oh god, he's out of his fucking mind.
He does have a Wilson. Oh no, don't look for the one that's named Weiss.
Flooding the entire village, so I'm thinking.
Oh no.
It's not white because it was originally white.
Oh no.
I had to stop myself from making that joke, so I'm glad you don't have the same.
Over the years, Juniper and I have been systematically exploring as many of the nearby acres as possible. If you think you've seen it all here, let me tell you, you haven't.
Oh, I was hoping she'd like shove it all in her mouth.
Yeah. I was expecting that too.
Anything that might be able to take us back home.
Okay.
What? But
and-
Why are you suddenly so far away from the table?
But so far, I mean, not much, but I've got a really, really good feeling about this 1 acre we saw with a bunch of pyramids.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I follow. Do you have any leads at all? Any other plans?
This is the plan. Look, I'm sorry I didn't solve all our problems by myself, but I can't just run off and let them
passive aggressive
die.
Sean.
But between
What were they
protecting the
doing
village,
before?
searching for you guys, and searching
Looking
for
for the
an
tree.
exit, we've got a really tight schedule to keep. Or rather, you've got a tight schedule to keep.
I beg your pardon?
This is the schedule of catastrophes that befall the village every day, or at least they would if it wasn't for me and June. With this, you
Oh
guys
my
can
God.
save the day no problem, which means
He's
I'm
out of his
allowed
mind.
to keep searching without any interruptions. With Juniper's speed and my familiarity with this place, we'll find our solution in no time.
How did you have time?
This is it. Look,
To-
He's had like
one thing
30
I've learned
years.
After all these years, it's that patience pays off. That's why we're finally back together. I know I can find us a way out, okay?
Slow and steady wins the race.
I know it!
Okay.
This isn't crazy. I'm not crazy.
Alright.
Oh, he's crazy, alright.
Isn't crazy, it's easy. You know, we still got time before the Pebble Tower falls. How about I saddle up Juniper and show you around myself? Point out some of the clumsier papers. Just wait till you guys meet Neptune.
Damn it, Sean. This isn't a plan, it's a to-do list.
He's obviously been through a lot.
Yeah.
We can be frustrated later.
And yet,
Right
there is
now,
still no
Jaune
paper
is
named
up,
CL.
And we still need him.
Oh!
Can't count on him.
Then who does that leave us with?
Why is
You
the
never-
little so adorable?
Need someone to guide us, or we could end up thrown back in time, or killed by the tree, or worse.
Well, if that's how
The
everybody...
great tree does not kill. That is what we keep trying to tell him. But our hero still insists that we never ascend.
What?
I do not wish to be
Oh,
rude, but
Jaune's gone mad
our
with
land
power.
has been completed for quite some time. Because of us, the land is beautiful, but we have realized that, like ourselves, it is also very delicate. We would like to make something that is pleasing, but also resilient. Because of this, we are ready to leave ourselves and merge with the tree, so that it might return us as something new. But our hero is displeased by this course of action. We tried reaching out to the tree, but our hero forbade it.
Oh, ooh,
Then,
ooh.
the wisest of our village suggested breaking from our physical forms so that the winds may carry us back to the tree. But our hero is clever and brave, always keeping us from harm.
Oh,
You must
oh!
understand, the tree does not kill, it resurrects and rebuilds. We do not wish to displease our hero, and I hope I have not displeased
Is that
you.
why we had the
I
warning?
so desperately wish to return to the tree, to return home, so that we may carry on with our work.
Return home, huh?
Oh, do not be sad. The wisest are going to topple the Pebble Tower today. I am sure it will work this time.
What makes you so sure?
Nothing.
So they're the ones creating all the problems in the
So
village.
sad.
And now this is turning into a Stephen King short story.
But it also means Jaune might not be totally right about the tree. It's not death, it's rebirth.
Yes!
From a certain perspective, maybe. But what happened to Lewis then? Jaune said...
Jaune wasn't there. The cat wasn't even there. None of us know the full story, and we'll never learn anything babysitting these villagers. We have to convince Jaune to let them go.
But how? He's
Just say,
clearly
okay,
not
boomer.
there.
That always works.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Also, how long were you standing there?
But what if the cat was telling the truth? Maybe not about everything, but about the tree.
The tree's the last thing you should listen to them about. They're just doing what they're designed to do. They don't care what happens when you get there.
We're not listening to them. We're listening to the Afterans. And they're telling us that the tree is nothing to be afraid of. That they want to go.
They don't know what they want. You've seen the way they act. Nothing here is that straightforward, okay? Afterans are all either too clever, too stupid, or too crazy to trust.
Oh, Jaune!
Hear so much about this village.
Because I can actually protect these people!
Oh.
Is that on the schedule?
Poor Jaune.
Oh no.
Oh, that's why Ruby needed to bring her weapon.
They found us.
So, have there always been more than one? And it's not just a Neo
No,
thing?
he said there was only supposed to be one in episode 5.
What? There's only supposed to be one.
Down
okay.
here, those Afterans will never ascend. And we won't run this time.
Ruby? Ruby, there you go.
Is she gonna be bad with Crescent Rose now?
Maybe.
Could, yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Stay focused.
Okay.
Did she actually do anything when she slid under its legs?
I don't think she
I
did.
don't know,
Like,
got
you could've
sliced
cut
in maybe?
those.
I don't know.
Yeah, really. Is Blake doing anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, really.
I know I like I know I like the pacing of it.
That's a terrible sword.
Weiss, actually do something with your sword. Like, you know, the thing you... I guess not. You're only good at summons.
Okay, that was kind of cool. Hey, long-range sniper.
RWBY just chillaxing.
You have a gun. Shoot it. Shoot it now.
Wait, why was she in front of She Manor there?
Yes. We're ready. Start.
Oh. You have a mouth. I like that. It's creepy.
There's a baby crying in the background. I apologize. Not much I can do about it.
It fits the ambiance.
Don't worry, I'll just mute everything you say.
Oh no.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, there's
how
a
you
spoiler
doing?
I saw.
The walkers from the market.
But those were more than just her usual tricks. They eat and grow, and how has she gotten so powerful?
Well, she didn't do it by standing around.
How do you know?
You may not care about protecting this village, but you could at least help your friends when they're in danger.
RWBY? Are you
Hey, they're finally acknowledging.
No, what time is it? No!
It's End of Evangelion! I know what my thing is going to be now. My thumbnail is going to be that.
And they're dead.
No, Jaune. They're gone. But they're not dead. They'll be back.
Yeah, it's what they wanted.
They literally, they're floating.
Right? Why are you asking me? We just...
Because I'm the leader. Because I'm just supposed to have something to
An
say.
entire ocean of Kool-Aid.
Because I don't. I mean, why do I have to be the leader anyway? Why do I have to always be the one to pick people up? What about me? No time, right? Gotta get home. Gotta find someone who isn't just going to screw everything up. Gotta stay positive, right? Smiles all around. Maybe even finally get our feelings sorted out. Good for you, by the way. We're all so happy for you. I'm sorry, this is a bad time. Are we supposed to be mourning Jaune's make-believe friends?
They're gone because of you. The walkers came for you because Neo hates you. Oh, and let's not forget the reason we're in the Ever After in the first place is because of your plan that didn't work. What about you? It's all about you.
The plan did work.
Jaune.
I'm sorry, I know I'm not okay. I'm not right, but how am I supposed to be? I've been alone for so long. Here, on that bridge, I was the only one that could do it. I was the only one! And now I have to live with that forever. In here or back home.
Guys, I know things are bad, but
Shut up. Don't do that. Just don't.
Holy shit! How
Way
long
to go,
can you
RWBY.
do that? You can just it always astounds me that RWBY can just fucking fly.
Get yeeted. That
Cut to
was the
credits.
episode.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was
Wow.
it.
I
That was
like
a Miles episode.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh.
Alright, then.
lot to break down there.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was long overdue, is what that was.
Yeah. I'd say that was like 5 seasons overdue.
Yeah.
I do
like that conversation with Ruby and Jaune should have happened back in Volume 4.
Yeah. Well,
totally.
I think, like, Ruby questioning her being the leader, it's something that I had never actually... That's something that, as a writer, I had never actually considered, because I always thought Ruby, like, just naturally fit the leadership role, but it is a legitimately good question, is why does she need to be the leader? Because even if she's naturally predisposed to being the leader, she was...
I mean, Ozpin said so. Like, she didn't have any...
She had
choose it.
She had no aspirations to be a leader. It was thrust upon her, which there is something to be said, because that's one of the best... It's often those that do not want power are the ones that use it most wisely. It's often like that kind of like mentality of like Ruby didn't want to be the leader, but she takes on the mantle because she's responsible with it. But like now she's asking this hard question of why do I like that. I love that. The only issue I had with that one scene, and this is a very personal, why are you yelling at Weiss? She has literally been the only person in here that seems to give a shit about you, Ruby. Like, throughout this entire series. Like, if you watch their relationship, Weiss has always been there by Ruby's side, keeping her afloat, even in the hardest of times. So it's like, poor Weiss did not deserve any of the vitriol directed at her this episode. The other three, I am completely on board with what you said to them. Yeah. But when it comes to Weiss, that poor girl has been through enough. Don't put it on her shoulders.
Yang, defending Blake. I mean, like, I kind of thought that, I remember when we were talking last episode, I was like, oh, what if, Ruby's depression caused tension between Blake and Yang? It's just like, oh no, it's literally the other way around.
Her depression's causing tension with everybody else.
Ruby's just like, I'm so happy for you. The girl that I like is currently crushing on my 30-year-old best friend.
Bros before hoes.
I just kind of rolling it back because like this episode, it starts very humorously. And it's like, it seems very cute because I love the idea of a lantern that turns into the sun. Like, that's cute. But then you realize it's literally this entire village is just, it's the Meeseeks.
I can't take it anymore. I just want to die. We all want to die.
This was, I was like, kind of like, why is this? Why is there? I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because why do you need the warning? Because this is supposed to be a good thing for them. Like the Ever Afterans want this to happen because it's like the natural process of this world. It's not opting out as we as humans understand it, as remnant humans understand it. It's not an ending of life. It's a cyclical nature. So why would you need? Like I get the joke is that it very much resembles opting out. I'm trying to use YouTube-friendly terminology here. I hope you guys respect that and try to keep up with that. Why would you... I get it resembles opting out by our eyes, but in reality, it's not. I mean, I don't...
Baby zombied in Minecraft hardcore. But yeah, no, seriously, it's... It still is, like the closest real world allegory. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
the ending of one thing.
Every end is a new beginning, but it's just
that when you're human, your end is the beginning of compost. That's about it.
Yeah, it's the mom would be sad of of moods. It is, yeah. You want to just like push all the little paper guys to it is what it is, but they never truly gave up because like they have this like set schedule of disasters that I mean that's hilarious.
Which begs the question: what did this village do before Jaune arrived?
Well,
it's been a couple of years, so I mean,
yeah, like
several.
Yeah, like, I mean, if the people in Ever After aren't supposed to live for, 20, 30 years, like, imagine the pain of that.
I adore this episode and how it baits us because like it does that thing where it's like, okay, well, here's your task you need to do and I'll go fix this out. And I didn't think that we'd be actually sitting here in the village, but I thought we maybe have like a goofy situation where the girls have to like montage their way through like doing chores for Jaune, and while Jaune is out searching and we get like some silly stuff happening. But I love that the further understanding of this isn't that they're just an accident-prone village of very, happy-go-lucky, helpful little star people, which are adorable, and I want 5 of them. But no.
They can go on the shelf right next to those mini Weisses from Ice Queendom.
Oh my god, they can be friends. That would be adorable. But no, it's that they literally have been trying to create all these problems, and Jaune is just trying to stop them. They actually subvert what you would initially presume based upon what you observe. It's really very well handled, and it's very very expediently done. I'm glad we didn't linger too much on this village. As much as I love the star people, we got them in and then got them out. Problem. Big honkin' problem. Where the hell is everyone from Remnant? We are 7 episodes in and we have not seen another damn person that fell off the bridge. We only have 6 people that survived, apparently.
Listen, they all hit the water. Okay, let's just accept it. They all hit the water. They all drowned. End of story.
No, I want them to like stumble upon another village, and you just like see a human corpse like tied up to a bonfire, like in fucking Resident Evil 4.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah. You just walk in and you just see like this person on an effigy. It's like, oh, so that's what happened to all the other villagers, the other people. They just died.
That's where they went.
Also, I'm really hungry looking at those snacks that the star brought them at the table. They all look
so
good.
those do look. I mean,
what else do you enjoy them?
Those look like halfway between like pizza bagels and sushi rolls. Which sounds awful, but like both of those things are great.
And were made here, I can imagine. Like why aren't they snacking down? Like have the girls actually eaten anything other than the parfait?
That's a good question.
I imagine a Grogurt parfait is kind of filling, but RWBY hasn't eaten anything. Would you want to eat anything in this world? Because, like, would you trust it?
I mean, maybe.
They literally have little berries with skulls on them. I mean,
take away the makeshift lightning rods during the storm. Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yo, you didn't pick up on that?
No, I didn't see that one.
That was my favorite. It's just like, it's so creative, but also
no.
It's horrible.
Help Pyrrha with her homework. Stop the unfolding. You'll know it when you see it. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jaune's out of his damn mind.
I'm disappointed that the girls were a little unnerved by. I get that they're like 19 and 17 respectively for the whole lot. Like even back then, I'd be like, oh yeah, this man has been alone for 30 years. Like,
well, imagine you go on a years long journey with one guy, and then you're separated for a while, and then you find him again. he's suddenly 30 years older and acting completely different from how you knew him before.
Well, I would be a little more disturbed if somebody in 30 years was acting the same as how I knew them.
I mean, the only thing that would have made it creepier is if he had a doll of Pyrrha that he was frequently talking to.
Well, no, I mean he named one of the things Pyrrha, yeah. And like, all right.
Well, in that case,
help her with her homework.
The transformation is complete.
You know, I was gonna say, like, I am okay with him naming the entire group after everyone, like the all the stars.
Sure.
I like, why are you guys alarmed by that? This man has been alone for so goddamn long. Like, I would completely, like, the minute I heard that, I was like, yeah, no, that checks out. Hi, little Ruby. It's nice to meet you. I'm Big Ruby. Like,
Big Gus made me do it.
I would immediately assert dominance, mind you.
Big Gus made me do it. Shit, I forgot about that one.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. It would be really funny if the one that was talking to them, giving them all the insider information on the John's craziness was like, oh, by the way, we actually have names. Just decided to call us.
I would have been less okay with that. I would have been more upset about that, because I think John, when he met them, would have been more in his right mind to actually learn names. Like, I think them not having names also is like a whole very ever after thing. But I admit that joke would have been funny. I think it would have actually done more harm than good.
Yeah.
And then we get the action scene where I'm not sure how much Blake actually does. Like, she does that whole slidey thing under the legs, and I'm like, oh, she's going to cut its legs out from under it, and it's going to, the legs are going to vanish. And she just didn't.
She didn't. I don't think she helped at all. Like, she gave Yang, the springy thing to, jump on, and it's like, are you doing anything? Blake is probably, the most useless in combat as she's been since season 1, when again all she did was give Ruby the springy thing to cut off the Nevermore's head.
I mean, I guess she did kill one by jumping over it and slashing it, but Yang had already downed it, and it's like Yang could have just fired a shot.
That whole battle seemed like more of a tag team kind of thing.
Yeah, and I don't know, it something about it just felt weird. There's some really good shots in there, but then there's some kind of stilted ones. I don't know how to
there's good cinematography, choreography, but the actual fighting itself is a little
limp,
janky.
Yeah,
I didn't like the fight choreography. I didn't really see anything good about it.
Well, just the way that the way they move, the way they jive, that whole thing with Weiss throwing Jaune's sword for the final swing, that was pretty good. It's just movement is good. Just the actual, I don't want to say this.
There's something missing.
There was good movement, but there was no impact.
Yeah, and also there's something off about Ruby not fighting back in the way that she does. And I'm not complaining that she's not fighting. I get that she's literally suffering PTSD right now about everything, but there's something wrong with how that's doing, and I just can't put my finger on it. There's something about her situation emotionally.
And the thing is, she doesn't even really have to fight all that much. She's spooning a bear at 50 cal. She can kill a building with that thing.
I mean, yeah, she didn't even shoot.
Yeah.
Did she? She didn't do anything, did she? She just stood there.
I understand not being able to fight, but the trigger's right there. Just pull it once, and even if you just hit
I don't think Ruby is in the
something.
right mindset to be productive with that information.
Now I do confess I'm not a doctor, and I have no psychiatric background for which to be able to judge her PTSD. So take my words with a grain of salt.
Go into your therapist, and they're like, the trigger's right there. Just pull it once.
Maybe it's the fact that I don't think her issue is necessarily around fighting. It's about failures as a leader. So it's coming off as...
But at the same time, why? Her plan worked.
Well, they don't know that.
I mean, yeah, it was stupid to send them all, like, to the middle of the desert instead of, like, to like, you know,
Mistral, yeah.
Vale, someplace that Salem isn't going next. But, like, the fact is, Atlas is screwed, and those people all survived because of their plan. So, I mean, they said that in the last episode. I think Blake said it in the last episode. Like, saving everyone has to count for something. And it's like, yes, it does.
Yeah, you saved an entire kingdom, dude.
Yeah, like, it's like,
let's pull back and at least recognize for a moment, just to get it out there. The fact that they managed to save everybody with that plan is ludicrous.
Except for you know, the people that fell off the bridge.
But word of God is that they managed to save everyone somehow. So we'll take them at that face value. RWBY, yeah, you should not be disappointed.
Yeah.
Damn it! It's happening. The actual history of the show is coming in to haunt the season. It's finally coming true.
Yeah, it's like, this is like the colossal failure thing from Volume 3. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, Ozpid's colossal failure, even though it's like, if you actually watched Volume 2, he's the one who, you know, solved the problem when Ironwood was, like, sitting on his ass doing nothing. Yeah. It's like, the RWBY didn't fail. She didn't mess up. Her plan was sound, and it worked.
It worked, like, at the cost of Penny and the relics.
Yeah, but
so I mean, right? But yeah. I guess in their minds, like, how do you find the balance there, the equilibrium?
Would she be happier if she had only saved Penny and the relics? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what. I guess it depends on what is a relic worth to her in terms of, you know, acceptable casualties.
Oh, I just had a thought. Are we going to have a reprise of Torchwick's speech from Volume 3?
I would sure hope so. Like, that's the character development that has been threatening to happen for 5 volumes that never did. like if they did, that would at least make me think that shit was intentional and not a mistake. Like,
because Neo, I mean, it's now confirmed that Neo's semblance can now make speech. Like, it can make sound because the Jabberwocker can speak.
Yeah.
So could she just, like, create a clone that speaks for herself? Like, of someone else? Like, make a clone of RWBY and have her be like, "Hi, everyone, I'm Neo. I'm here to kill you all."
It's just an AI speech generator.
Yo, that red trailer was fly, though. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I did watch that full thing of the reaction just because I wanted to relive how funny that was.
But yeah, so RWBY is going through a lot, and I am honestly, the person I'm more pissed at right now is like Yang is like, "RWBY, are you okay?" It's like,
RWBY, are you okay?
No, Yang, she's not okay.
And in Yang's defense, she has been trying to ask her throughout this volume, but something just keeps coming up and interrupting.
Has she been trying to ask her throughout this volume?
Yeah.
When was she trying to ask it earlier?
I think like episode 2, and then one of the episodes where she was tiny, like she was trying to ask RWBY, and then something happened and interrupted that.
Hey, are you all right? RWBY? Hey, Rubes? That's how Ironwood thought. You don't mean that.
You see, I feel like there's enough time between these instances for Yang to actually, like, ask RWBY things.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think to say that nobody's tried is selling it short, because I think Yang has been trying.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that she's been trying at all. Like, yeah.
I think that like, if she were genuinely concerned, she would have followed up on that and be like, "No, RWBY, hey, look, like, earlier I was trying to ask you, are you okay? Like, you've been seeming off. Like, no one has actually bothered to buckle down and ask her that. Weiss has been supportive. Like, for as much as I love Weiss and how much supportive she's been, she hasn't directly, like, taken the bull by the horns and been like, "RWBY, you've been really off. What's wrong? Like, come on, talk to me."
Yeah, nobody nobody's tried very hard to communicate with RWBY.
It makes this entire crew come off as kind of callous this entire time, and that's very rough to watch because it's like I don't believe. All right.
No, I 100% believe.
I was gonna say the image that I have of these characters in my mind that I'm going forward through, especially with like fixing RWBY, these characters would definitely ask if something's up. Counterpoint: the characters that we've seen throughout the entire show, yeah, no, that adds up. They wouldn't actually ask very much. So I need to always draw that distinction in my brain between what I've headcanoned and written versus what's actually been shown to us.
The amount of times that I forgot what was in fixing and what was canon. Like when I was reading through your volume 6 fixing, I was like, oh shit, what actually happened in RWBY? Like, there were multiple times when I was actually confused about what was canon and what was fixing.
Legitimately, we are reaching that point where there are people that are commenting as like, I legitimately keep forgetting that this is fixing and
this isn't canon.
This isn't canon. Like people will be commenting like, wait, didn't Oscar do no? Didn't Osmond or Roman do this? Wait, no, Roman's not in this.
Roman's not in there. Well, okay, I've never forgotten that Roman's not in there. I'm not that far
one thing
gone
we
yet.
can't. That's one thing we can't forget. Unfortunately,
but no, it's one of those things where it's like it's sadly consistent that the characters would be this callous and it hurts. I do appreciate though that Weiss has been there. I will hold on to that. Because in the end, no amount of sexy daddies or sexy gilfs are going to convince Weiss to leave RWBY's side. She will always be there. No, I'm not desperate. Shut up. She does. So she did see Penny in front of Shinny Manor. I forgot about that scene where Penny is going haywire. She also sees Mommy Salami's face and it's hilarious. I don't know, it just seems goofy to me.
Like every time Salem shows up, like Salem,
it's the hair, it's the spider butt hair. I can't take her seriously.
Like, yeah, they really want Salem to be like scary and menacing, and she just
doesn't work. It just does not work.
It doesn't. Like, okay, people forget the difference between like fixing and canon. I forget the difference between abridged sort of and canon a lot. Like to me, like the lonely petty Salem who just wants to win at Monopoly against her subordinates' friends is canon Salem to me. like I can't see her as like a serious threat. She's just like Mommy Salami.
It's
who just needs like someone to be like lesser than her in a way that will boost her self-esteem.
I feel like inflatable Salem at the end of Volume 5 kind of killed any chance of making her like,
being scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard to forget about inflatable Salem.
I think that cute Salem in the Volume 5 intro edit that Floof made killed any chance of Salem being
how
spooky.
Should we take some questions now?
I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah, I'm in the thing right now.
Alrighty. Well, first up, we have Looney Goon asking, do you guys think this episode was the worst April Fool's Day special ever?
What?
No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Unless it's not canon and they're gonna tease us. Oh
and
god, I tried.
Next volume reveals there was a whole. Next episode reveals there was a whole dream. that they dreamed like, oh, I had a weird dream that I was surrounded by these paper star people, and then Neo showed up.
and then she like wakes up in a cold. She wakes up in a cold sweat next to CL in bed.
Yeah.
I had the worst dream.
The Union of X asks, so how do you feel about the lead up to RWBY running away?
I mean, that That was great.
Long term coming.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't talked about Ruby running away. Ruby ran away. Like she's
probably gonna find Neo.
Did she take Crescent Rose with her?
Yeah, she did take Crescent Rose with her.
Yeah.
Why did she take Crescent Rose with her?
Because it's her scythe.
Well, no, but like she's been averse to it the entire time. Like she's been like literally she flinched at it when Jaune tried to hand it to her.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's still Crescent Rose.
I feel like she wouldn't have taken it. I feel like actually that would be more interesting if she hadn't have taken it. Like I think ultimately she shouldn't have. It indicates to me that there's a fight scene that she's going to have alone.
I mean, she's probably gonna run it. She's probably gonna run it in Neo. Let's be frank here.
Is she going off to specifically look for Neo?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Like
or is she going off to avoid? Is she running away or is she running towards?
Then the rest of the team are searching for her the whole next episode. The end of it, they just find Ruby like behind a bush making out with Neo, and Yang Ruby's just like, "Yang, you weren't tapping this, so I will." No lie, because of fixing, people are like, people in the Sketchy Huntsman are like, "Yang and Neo, Yang and Neo." Yang and Neo. I mean, guys,
hell, I'm like that too.
Spectra asks, do you think Jaune had a point about Ruby's plan with the portals, knowing that they had no idea Neo and Cinder used the final question from the lamp?
No,
yes
Jaune
and no.
Doesn't have a point.
Jaune should have had a point about it, but according to Word of God, he doesn't have a point about it. Like I don't think that plan that plan, while effective, should not have saved as many people as it did. Like that's really my issue with it. Is like it did, logistically speaking, getting the entire population of a fucking city-state, a country, to from one place to another, millions of people from one place to another, is a logistical nightmare on the best of days. Like, even with magical portals, it's logistically insane. So, the fact that she succeeded...
Yeah, but they used the magical god box. Like...
Yeah.
Like, they used the literal Deus Ex Machina to save people.
Okay, here's what I think is going wrong. I think they see that any death and chaos in this situation as a sign of failure. That's the only way this makes sense.
Which is stupid of them.
It's stupid, but like it's still people died because of their plan. I mean, and here's the thing: plans never go the way you want them to. Like, like there's always going to be some factor.
The first casualty of a battle is the plan. That's like one of the most common phrases you hear in the military.
I think the last Harry Potter movie actually addressed that perfectly, where Harry was just like, "When have our plans ever worked? We plan, we get there, all hell breaks loose. Let's just go."
I mean, yeah, that's.
It's like, fuck, he's not wrong.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I mean, the incident that made Black Hawk Down was planned, and look what happened there.
Yeah.
19 dead, 70 plus wounded.
You have a dead Orlando Bloom on your hands, man. You don't want that.
No, Orlando Bloom didn't die.
I thought he did. Who was it that died then?
No, so his character, Blackburn, fell out of the helicopter, suffered like a broken vertebrae, a broken neck, but he did survive the ordeal.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any memory of what happened during that op.
Well, jeez.
But no, Orlando Bloom's character survived. You want to talk Black Hawk Down? I can talk Black Hawk Down all day.
I've only seen bits of it. I've never actually seen it all the way.
It's one of my favorite war movies. And the book's great, too.
Cape Morning asks, if Ruby could ascend, what would it be?
I mean, there's so many theories going around that she's ascending to Summer.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, like...
I don't like it either.
I am my own mother!
If Ruby... I mean, that's actually a thought. Like, what if John's gone insane because he hasn't ascended? And, like, being in the ever after, it, like, naturally compels you to ascend. like he's been fighting against the nature of the world, and just because of that, like what if ascension does turn you into something better? Like, what if Ruby does go to the tree and she gets her volume 10 outfit and she becomes like a better huntsman than she ever was?
You know what? That's actually a good point, because when you think about it, like, isolation does make you go insane, but he hasn't exactly been isolated. Like, he helped out Alex's group, and then he's been helping out these little paper star people. So it's not like he's been alone this entire time. I don't know what the people pleasers are like for conversation, but, like, there's still people to talk to.
I mean, they seem to be able to hold a nice conversation.
Yeah.
At least about their own deaths. So, I mean...
Yeah, so I, like, at first I thought it was just, like, an isolation thing, but, like, he's had plenty of company.
Yeah, they want their... They have a thing they want, and they're trying to get it. The little paper stars are the best characters in RWBY. All
right. G Darkon asks, so how do you feel about RWBY's PTSD part? Is it better than Yang's?
Yes.
It's Yang's if Yang had actually gone down that dark road.
Yeah,
because I think what happened here is that Yang had the benefit of being at home, where she was safe with her dad, and that helped her heal.
Yang's PTSD had to deal more with, like, the more serious aspect of Yang's PTSD was her depression. And RWBY's going through a depression, but, like, she's more traumatized at this rate.
Yeah.
Like,
because everything good she's tried to do is in some way, shape, or form blown up in her face.
I think the better way
Except
to put
that it hasn't.
Listen. And, like, the whole. I'm just gonna say it. The whole of Volume 8 with what happened was kind of sort of Team RWBY's fault. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I know in the Volume 7 review, I was like, nah, everyone was pretty equal, but Volume 8 was kind of all them, in a way.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe I don't disagree with you on, like, the principle of the statement, but as far as I'm concerned, the thing that happened in Volume 8 was everyone got out of Atlas and Mantle. Like, what would happen if they didn't do their thing? What would happen if they did Ironwood's plan and just let Salem kill everyone? Then everyone would be dead. Like,
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying Ironwood's plan was good. The man was about to genocide an entire town because he wasn't getting his way. Like, fuck that noise.
Yeah. So, like, where's the, like, where's the Team RWBY should feel bad about that? You know,
it's one of those things where, like, I get it, but at the same time, do the ends justify the means?
Because, like, even if they had done what Ironwood wanted and sent Atlas into space, Cinder and Neo and Watts and Tyrion and the Grim, you know, Whale and Salem were gonna just go up with them. Like, they weren't there. The Ironwood's plan wouldn't have worked. He would have sacrificed everyone and still have been in the same position that he was in before he sacrificed everyone. Like, there's not really a downside. Like, the downside is that it wasn't 100% perfect. Like, it was only like. And I guess 90% effective.
Well, I guess when one of your friends dies in the attempt, like, that might also bring you down a bit.
Yeah.
When one of your friends kills your other friend, it's kind of traumatizing. Yeah, I get that.
Did she know that? Like, because we were talking about that in the reaction last week.
Yeah, we don't know if she knows.
We don't know if she knows that Jaune actually did the thing.
I don't even know if, like, this is enough for her to connect those dots, if I'm being frank. Like, if she doesn't know, like, what he said.
Because all that she knows is Jaune tried to help.
Yes.
And as far as she knows, Jaune's the healer. So maybe trying to help means trying to heal. But Jaune did say, like, I have to live with that the rest of my life, blah, 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 you know. And so maybe RWBY is thinking that Jaune has to live with the failure of it. Is Neo going to tell RWBY that Jaune killed Penny?
With sign language?
With scratching it into a tree.
I mean, let's be frank. The only one in the Ever After that saw what happened to Penny was Weiss.
Yeah.
So the burden of telling that story really rests on her at this point.
Well, her
if she hasn't really conveyed that, then that's kind of on her.
Yeah. So, all right, we have kind of a threefer here because these all kind of tie in together. First is Insane Oddball asking, what is the likelihood of Jaune dying a horrible death, being publicly shamed, / being publicly shamed now that he dared call out RWBY? Following that up, Commissar Garcia asks, how does it feel to have RWBY be called out on her plans? And finally, Corsica asks, why does it seem like the writers keep forgetting that Yang and RWBY are sisters? Why didn't Yang properly intervene at any point in that scene?
Because she's horny.
Well, so to start from the beginning of that,
yes,
the likelihood of Jaune dying is, I'd say, about 50% at this point. I give it a 50-50 odds.
I'd say the likelihood of Jaune willingly sacrificing himself to be the catalyst for letting them return to Remnant went down. Like, because Raymond, you were saying that Jaune was a possibility for being like the final boss of this volume.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that possibility went up more
yeah.
so than like.
Oh, okay.
Because Jaune is basically trying to fight against anything right at this point.
He's a nutso butso.
As far as being publicly shamed, I don't think so.
I mean, is that just like a fandom? Was that like a meme question?
I think like more so it's like, how dare they question RWBY? And it's like, no, it's completely fair, which is why I'm actually Commissar Garcia being like, how does it feel to have RWBY called out for her plans? We've already gone over it quite a bit, but like, it at least feels good that a character's choices are being questioned, and like, it's being questioned strongly. Like, there's strong opinions on every side. Like, people aren't backing down from this. It's something we don't really get all that often in RWBY, and yeah. And then finally, like, why do the writers keep forgetting that RWBY and Yang are sisters? Because they don't understand how sisters actually work.
That's the one. That is one thing I will give our questioners, because this is something that's been bothering me. I'm sorry, Isaac. I'll be there in a bit. That's something that has been bothering me, is that there's like no interaction there. Or like Volume 8 tried to, and then they pussied out of it.
It goes back to Yang should have genuinely pulled RWBY aside at some point earlier in his journey to actually ask, RWBY, are you all right? In fact, that should have been everyone's questions out of their mouths the minute they all reconvened. It should have been like, is everyone all right? Look, shit just went down. We need time to process. Everyone, please, let's just powwow right now. Let's circle around and let's just get our feelings out right now, because I think we're all in a really bad place. And instead, the second episode after that, Yang and Blake are apparently touching fingers, and they're like, "Oh, how cute."
I mean, that's like a fair assessment, but at the same time, like. Like there's this a flow chart that I really like that was like, do you have a problem? Yes. Can you do anything about it? No. Okay, then don't worry about it. Or yes. Okay, well then don't worry about it. It's like worrying about it doesn't really help the situation at all.
Counterpoint. Yeah. Having things build up in your mind, especially when you can't worry about things, like what you're. Well, there's irrationality at play. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole like stress thing. And if Yang and Blake and Weiss want to be, want to, it is what it is, then they can, and that's like their coping mechanism. And RWBY didn't say, hey, I need help. RWBY didn't ask. She didn't make her needs known at any point. Not victim blaming or anything. It's just like they don't have context for what RWBY needs, because she has always been the leader. So she doesn't. She doesn't portray that weakness of herself.
I mean, you say that, but like, literally, she's been snippy and bitter this whole time in the Ever After. Like, she's been actively unpleasant. It's like you would have thought that maybe someone would have picked up on that. I don't know. It feels like they would have at least said, hey,
I mean, isn't that Weiss?
Yeah, but like I said, Weiss didn't deserve getting yelled at. Yeah, Weiss has been the best person in this entire group so far.
I am willing to give a little bit because in their defense, there has been a lot of shit going on in this volume. Like
There's been time between.
There's been time between, but there's also been like, we've been attacked by a Jabberwocker. We got, almost assaulted by a raccoon. We got turned tiny. We almost escaped a tyrannical dictator and his toy minions. We almost went to a giant fucking mushroom place. We almost got stoned to death, not in the Brock sense, in the I'm so fucking high right now sense. We got teleported.
Point made.
Yeah,
all the same.
Point being, there's a lot of shit going on right now in this volume. So I get it, but I also understand.
We're resting inside John's house now, and I'm making out with my girlfriend,
sharing a bed, no less. You said that.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that. Were they sharing a bed?
Yeah, no, Yang and Blake were sharing a mat.
Wow, talk about U-Haul lesbians. Wow. Okay. In fairness, we don't really call that I call that a mat.
Jaune has the bed. Everybody else sleeps.
Yang sleeps with her arm on. Interesting. Just realized that.
Wait, hold on. Is her arm on, or is Blake just hugging her arm? Because in volume 4, she didn't sleep with the arm on.
She didn't? Oh no, volume 4, she still. When we saw her in volume 4, she still hadn't accepted the arm.
Right.
Wait, we see her wake up in volume 7. Does she have the arm on there?
I don't remember.
Promars ask, "What do you think about the acting so far?" And it's been good.
I like it. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I think the actors have been kind of
the only exception to this is I think Weiss has been kind of off throughout the volume. I don't know how to put my finger on it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the character's been off, but I don't think that's Kara's fault.
No,
I think Kara's actually been doing pretty good.
I don't know if it's direction or if it's Kara, but her performance has been off.
No, I mean the things that she's doing, go to your room was bad on both parts, but this is just oh, what? She's super angry for very little reason. She's being comedic for probably more of a fourth wall reason than
stupid tree. Bam.
Yeah,
it might be more on the writing side of things.
Yeah.
But
I mean, listen. For all the problems I have with Jaune and Miles, the man knows how to act. So that's one of the things I've never really had to worry about.
His delivery in this was perfect. That was great.
He's a good voice actor.
He really is.
That is one thing I will always give Miles credit on. He is a damn good voice actor.
Mr. Static asks, "Do you think RWBY will be depressed by the end of the will still be depressed by the end of the volume, or will she move on this volume?" I think by the end of it, she'll know who she is.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where they're aiming for.
Maybe she'll. Yeah, good. Will she go to the tree for ascension? I don't know. That would be really interesting. I have no way to judge what that might even be,
because we don't have no reference point for what actually happens at the tree. So it's for all we know, she goes to the tree and it's a strict beneficial thing. It could have a mixed result. It could be completely negative. We have no idea. But the only indication we have is that the tree is the way out. That's all we know.
Yeah. It's so right now it's all just a matter of he said, she said, and we have no real basis for comparison here because we haven't seen it for ourselves. So we have the inhabitants' word of what goes on, and we have Jaune's word of what goes on, the cat's word, but who's the one really telling the truth here? Or do the inhabitants even know what the truth is here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, how much of their previous lives do they remember in the reincarnation process?
Final question. Rixart asks, your name is hard to pronounce for some reason. So tell me, how satisfied was Fatman when RWBY told Blake to shut up?
Pretty satisfied.
I think me and you both gave an active actual verbal reaction to that.
I really liked that that exchange happened. And I don't care if it was with Blake or with Weiss or with Yang. The fact that RWBY just said that.
Yeah, the fact that she is doing the things that she should have been doing 5 years ago in Volume 4, like, it's like, this is like, you know, the Volume 4 I always wanted. You know, I wanted RWBY to have a character arc.
Yeah, and they should have happened in Volume 4, especially after everything that happened in Volume 4. Volume 3.
Volume 3. Yeah. And they and they just didn't. And now that's like all catching up to her. It's like Volume 9 is like the ideal RWBY volume because it's like it's not retconning all the garbage. It's like it's wallowing in its own filth in a way that is like it's like beautiful and impactful and meaningful. It's perfect.
One thing that pisses me off, and I hope we still see it, like, all right, so was Neo projecting the faces on the Jabberwocker, or was RWBY hallucinating them?
I took it as a hallucination, but I suppose it is possible with Neo.
Feels like a hallucination because, like, she sees Penny like dive at her, and then when it cuts to the wide, it's like the Jabberwocker without like any Penny parts.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I am severely disappointed we haven't seen a pure hallucination. Because, like, RWBY, like, the thing that triggered her first use of Silver Eyes was RWBY watching Pyrrha die.
Well, here's the question. Does Pyrrha have a Maya model yet?
Yeah, I think she does.
She does?
She was in the shot in Volume 4.
No, that was her poser model.
That was her poser model.
That was a poser model?
Yeah, they basically recorded that scene in poser, effectively, and then just overlaid it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, she's in the Justice League trailer. No, she's not in the Justice League trailer. No, I don't think she has one.
She is going to be in the Justice League.
The timeline of when the Justice League movie is happening is like
it's after Fall of Beacon.
Take a fucking shot, I guess.
Jen, is it
Jen Brown?
She is slated to appear as Pyrrha.
I thought I saw something about that.
So I'm wondering if that's going to be a flashback or not.
Consider it like the Doctor Who anniversary specials where time just doesn't fucking matter. And like you could have the second Doctor and the third Doctor exchanging quips with each other the entire time.
But yeah, I severely want, like, because that's something that's never been unpacked. Pyrrha was RWBY's friend too.
Yeah,
like that was allegedly. But like at the same time, like, you know, this. To be fair, RWBY and Yang are allegedly supposed to be sisters. So I mean, no, but RWBY and Pyrrha were supposed to be friends as word of God. So RWBY should be seeing. I mean, it doesn't matter. She was the first person RWBY ever saw die. Like, doesn't that leave an emotional? Like, RWBY cried a laser beam after that.
Well, hold on. She saw Torchwick die like 20 minutes before that.
Yeah, she did.
You're right. She's seen Roman too. Like, holy shit, you can have Roman appear too.
Roman's coming back, goddammit.
And I mean, she saw Penny get deactivated in a sense.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm at this point wondering, do we have Stockholm Syndrome? This has been good for 6.5 episodes. Okay, you know, I'm going to give it 6 because I think there was a little bit of half that I didn't like in other episodes. So 6 episodes, one cumulative dud between them.
Yeah, between these 7 episodes, 1 episode worth of, I don't know. I did not like episode 1. I had nothing positive to say.
I think episode 1 was the weakest of the bunch. Even that was okay.
Yeah. So like that's where I'm like coming out like, okay, so cumulative dud because there's things like little bits in other episodes that I don't like and I take away from. But it's like, are we crazy?
You know, I've been wondering that maybe I'm just getting less jaded in my old age.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. No, you know, okay, if you want to test it, go back, rewatch one of the older volumes. Like,
oh yeah, can you watch Volume 5 again?
Yeah. Go if you really want to see if you're becoming less jaded in your old age. Go back and rewatch Volume 5.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I'll abstain.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, I rewatched the first season of Star Trek Discovery, and like I did not like the first season of Star Trek Discovery when I watched it the first time. Like it was. And going back and rewatching it, like, you know, after seeing, like, you know, 4 seasons of Discovery and you know, like, seeing more new Trek, it's like, that wasn't as bad. wasn't as bad as I remembered it. You know, some of the episodes, like especially once you're in that mindset, have their own charm. Like, you know, things can grow on you in hindsight,
like a cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's malignant. Like, we're going to die.
Yeah, I know. You'll die of enjoying things slightly more than you used to.
Or we'll get possessed by, like, you know, your twin brother that was shoved into your skull.
Yeah, you know, you'll have sex with your the grandmother's ghost candle boyfriend.
What is that referencing?
What?
Sub Rosa from Next Generation. The Beverly Crusher episode.
And I was referencing the movie Malignant.
Oh, I didn't even realize. I was still talking about Star Trek.
Okay.
Anyway, on that note.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen Discovery. You wouldn't even know that. Okay.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a fun time. Sorry Britt and Dash couldn't be here because of scheduling shit. Anyway, if you would like this content and want more like it, please support us on our Patreons. You get access to the Team Frostbite Discord server, the Tundra, where me, Fatman, now Tom more regularly, Dashie, very rarely Britt, interact with everyone. We all loved seeing you guys there and just have a good time. And remember to buy me and Tom's books. They're out there.
I've literally been holding it up for like the last 30 seconds.
I keep forgetting to bring my copy of my book in here so I can hold it up to the camera as well. And yeah. Remember, for everyone that watches this far, you already know, but all the even episodes are over on Fatman's channels. So, yeah, go check out over there.
We should say that at the beginning of the episode, I think. Yeah. just so that the people that like dip out immediately after the reaction part is over get the memo.
Oh man, next episode is episode 8.
Oh no.
Oh, but it's 8 out of 10. Also, like I don't know. Yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see, you know, because 8 is typically really bad, except for in Volume 5 when 8 was like the best episode.
Ironically.
Yeah. But 6 is typically the best episode of the volume more often than not.
Yeah, I said that.
It had lesbians this time, so I'm absolutely.
So I mean, yeah, you know, that's a plus. That's a plus.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
Hey.